Okay, we're finally live. Okay. Welcome, everybody. We're really excited because this book was a fucking trip. Like, who knew that we could fall for a serial killer, you know? Okay. So, first things first, Haley didn't get to read the entire book. So, just I need to let everybody know that. But I filled her in before this, so hopefully we'll still have a lot to talk about. I'd love to know, first off, in the comments, if you guys have read this, what did you think of it? Like, were you a big fan? Did you hate it? Let me know. Um, I guess me and Haley can start by like star rating it. I'm gonna give it 4 stars. I liked
I would say for what I read,
it.
for most of what I read, I could definitely see where 4 stars is super reasonable.
Yeah, I
Like,
mean,
I definitely see it sitting between a 3.5 and a 4 star for sure.
yeah. I've never read this author before, so I think I was surprised by the level of like detail and research that went into it. I think obviously some of the stuff that happened was a little unrealistic, but I also liked the psychology and how she didn't I mean, you have to romanticize things a little bit, right? Because like you're trying to make us fall in love with the serial killer. But I don't think that she romanticized things too much. Like I felt it was very believable and enjoyable. Someone DNF'd at 60%. You know what? That's also valid. So I'm just gonna give, I guess, like a brief rundown on what this book is about for people who came here and don't know what the book is about. Essentially, this book is about a psychiatrist who falls for her serial killer patient. And it's a little bit more complicated than that because she doesn't fall madly in love with him or anything, but there's definitely a sexual chemistry there. And we find out a little bit about her dark past in relation to his past. So that's sort of what the book's about. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. I thought this was going to be a lot more romantic than it was. I wouldn't consider this a dark romance. I'd consider this kind of a thriller because there's lots of twists, especially at the end. And I don't know. I never felt like I fully sympathized with Grayson, our main serial killer guy,
Or
which is
her.
crazy. Yeah, she was definitely a sociopath, and he was definitely a
For
psychopath.
sure. For
I think
sure.
he called her a narcissistic sociopath, which I think I would probably agree with. So
Mhm.
yeah, meets Saw. Yeah, there was definitely a Saw element to this.
Yeah, seriously, it was very like, especially when you found out because I didn't know going into it like what exactly he did that was so terrible, and then like that first scene where she's like describing watching those tapes of what he did, I was like, okay, listen, you could
Yeah.
just say that you like
So
watched on like
I loved it. So essentially, Grayson, our serial killer, he only targets bad people. So like one of the guys I think was a rapist or something like that.
he was a pedophile.
And yeah, so in one of the tapes, because he tapes it, and our chick London is watching, he the guy that's supposed to be getting killed, I guess, he's on top of this structure. I had to Google what it was. God,
Yeah,
what was it? Judas cradle?
yeah,
So it's basically like a pyramid and it impales you essentially, through the anus. And this guy is suspended over it and he can either let Grayson kill him or he can kill himself
yeah. If he
on
like
it.
he was like, oh well, you have to last 12 hours for like all the kids that you like did this to, and I was like,
Yes.
holy, this is
It
dark.
was really graphic and gritty, and I really didn't expect that level of detail. I thought it was going to be like, oh, he's like sort of a Robin Hood type character, like
Yeah,
he just kills the bad guys, but he was fucked up, and I liked the level, that she went with that. Like I really appreciated it. I thought it was
yeah, it was really well researched and really well done, and then she didn't even stop there, and then like all of a sudden the psychologist is like, okay, so do you get turned on by killing these bad people? And I was like, yo, this is nuts.
and okay, spoiler, but the fact that he self harms if he gets aroused while
Yeah, that
killing,
was crazy.
wild. Someone asked if the book is gory. I don't I would say it was
No.
gritty, not gory. I personally can't do, like, body horror or extreme gore, like, I'm not really into that. I think it was just enough to put you a little bit on edge,
Yeah, and
but
make you feel
everybody's kinda
uncomfortable.
gotta use their own discretion. If what I described sounds too much for you, then the book's probably gonna be too much for you, but
Yeah, it
I
wasn't, like,
like
excessive.
yeah, I'm pretty sure I said it in my blog, but I would totally recommend this to people that like thrillers. Like, honestly, I would really like to see what Kayla thinks of this. So, I don't know, just put it on your TBR. Casual.
Casual ad.
Casual ad.
It's a good
Um,
time to read it, though. I can't imagine reading this, like, in the summer because especially they're, like, near Maine, right?
I think so.
Yeah, they're, like, on the East Coast somewhere, and it's, like, fall, it's, like, cold, there's a lot of, like, woodsy settings too, and you're just like,
It
"Wow,
I'm
ambiance."
pretty sure that they consummated their love in a, like, cornfield, corn maze type situation, so, like, what that's Halloween right there,
Yeah,
so
that's Scarecrow. It's
I'm trying to think of, like, what else I can really say about this book because, wow. Um,
definitely more Saw than Dexter for sure.
yeah, not as sophisticated as Dexter.
But he was supposed to be really smart and, like, sort of like a similar personality almost, but, like, twisted like Dexter, but, like, twisted. Sort of? I guess that's kinda weird.
Yeah, I would kind of agree with that assessment, and I feel like and I don't think we get enough insight in this book into how smart he is, but I think we
Right.
will given the cliffhanger and where the book's gonna have to go in the second one, because he is a stalker. I mean, he knows a lot of things about this chick that he, like, shouldn't know, especially being behind bars, so I feel like he had to have known about her before he got in prison. So, I
Yeah.
don't know, I think he's smarter than we think, and his ability to escape was pretty impressive, I think.
And it was crazy how, like, every time he did something, like, I don't wanna say, like, evil, but, like, really manipulative or, like, you know what I mean? Something like that, she'd be like, "Oh, you used me?" And he's like, "Yeah." He's like,
That's
Yeah, what'd you think?"
I kind of appreciated that though, because like even if you are a psychiatrist and you're trained to deal with people like this, you'd still be taken aback by the fact that you literally got kidnapped.
Yeah, for sure, 100%.
And he is so off and on with his like, I love you.
Yeah,
Like,
he
I am
is.
obsessed with you. And then he's also like, but you're a dumb bitch, and I'm going to like definitely make you relive your trauma. So be
Yeah,
prepared.
and he's like, "And I also don't actually like you until you just admit that you're a psycho like me, so."
Yes.
And then at the end, and he's like, "Listen," like, it was almost, like, healthy. He's like, "You need to go figure your shit out and then come back." It's like
Please let everybody know about the fact that you have buried bodies on your property, and then we'll talk.
yeah, he's like, "'Cause I'm open and honest about mine, you're just a liar." I'm like,
So we didn't say that, but basically, London, her trauma is the fact that she murdered her father, who was a police officer, and she murdered her father because he basically kept young girls ages 16 to 19, tortured them and murdered them, and buried them in the backyard.
it's like
And
crazy just saying it like
it's
that.
it's
It's
crazy
nuts.
out loud. And then Grayson decides to put London in a cage, very similar to what her father put his victims in, so that way she could relive her trauma. And he's like, "This is gonna awaken your memories," and it did, because that's exactly how that shit works, right?
Yeah.
Um,
Instantly.
and she remembers that this guy's not actually her father. She was kidnapped, and her older sister was also kidnapped and murdered.
Which is
And
crazy. Like, let's
before
just take a second.
before she killed him, before she killed him, she had to help kill a girl. He like got her involved and she had to like slice a girl's throat. And then she's like, you know what? Fuck you, dude. I'm gonna stab you with the key to this. Like, I don't it was a lot.
And somehow Grayson knew and was like, "So, how long did you help before you, like, put a stop to it?" And, like, I don't know how much because like, we established I didn't fully finish the book, but, like, the little tidbits that he was putting in about his parents, like, "Oh, well, my mom liked to watch my stepdad abuse me," like, that was, like And I hope we get more of that in the second book.
I have a feeling we will, and I literally think it's gonna be tied to her in some
Yeah, it's
way.
gotta be.
Like her dad, who's not really her dad, is somehow
That must
related to
be his
Grayson.
real dad, and that's probably why he has a stepdad. I feel like it's gotta be.
You know,
Please.
who can say? But I think that's it. Also, I would like to know, I think this is probably a long shot, but anyone that's in the chat, if any of you guys have read Caged by D.H. Sidebottom, let me know, because in my opinion, this book was a better version of that one. I absolutely despised that book. It's one of my least favorite books of all time, if not my least favorite. But this one did a very similar thing. And yeah, I would love to know y'all's thoughts on that. Someone asked, was the smut hot? I mean, there was literally one penetrative scene, and
Yeah.
it was, I mean, I guess it was nice. Like, it was a culmination of their like sexual tension, but I really, after I understood more about the story, I wasn't that like here for the sexy times. I was really just, I wanted to know what happened.
Yeah.
So
Which was really cool.
yeah,
Because
I
otherwise
mean,
she could have made that really messy. And she didn't somehow, which is crazy.
that's true. I hope, I sure hope though that this girl doesn't end up pregnant. Did you notice the fact that they really didn't like,
Oh yeah. They weren't safe about
I
it.
guess you did. Yeah, I guess, yeah.
Well, I skimmed over.
I was gonna say, I don't know if you skimmed over that, but I
I saw
definitely,
the dirt.
whenever I'm reading dark romances, I always try to check to make sure, honestly, any romance, that they use protection. Because if not, I know they're gonna have a baby. There's gonna be a baby in there somewhere.
Is
Messy,
somebody
messy.
gonna mention birth control? If not, I don't trust you.
Don't trust you. Glad I DNF'd. I mean, that's fair. I think it's just what I needed, because the other stuff that I read this weekend was pretty like wholesome. So
Oh yeah, this was definitely not wholesome, but it was really, really smart and really well researched.
I
Which I
thought you were about to say sweet. I was gonna be like, man.
no, 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 like the opposite of sweet, which we talked about before we got on live, was that it was really nice how they didn't romanticize their relationship.
Yeah, I agree. Also, someone said, I hope that book two is just Grayson and London killing people, which I agree. I wanted that to be what the first book was. But I think the first book sets that up. Like, I think she is going to be like, hey, there's bodies buried on my dad's property, and I'm gonna head out and like kill some people with Grayson.
All right,
Like,
I'm gonna head out.
head out. Fingers crossed. I
Yeah.
just like, I'm sad because I don't know when I'm gonna have the time to read the sequel. Are you going to read the sequel?
I mean, at this point, I like want to know what's gonna
Yeah.
happen, but
I kind of just want to read a spoilery review of
yeah,
it
so just like no.
because I just don't have time. Ugh. I
Has
finally.
anybody read the second book at all?
What
Here,
about the second?
anybody in the chat read the second?
Oh, yeah. Someone please tell me. Please tell me if it's worth the read.
Yeah.
I think. Let me look at the reviews because I think that the reviews were equally as good for the sequel, but I don't know. I'm just kind of sad though, yeah, because I don't think I have time to read the sequel. I finally sat down and mapped out my videos for the next 2 months, and I like don't have time to read anything that I like want to read. Oh, that was spooky.
What?
My light just fell. Okay.
Oh, I was looking at the chat and somebody said Joker and Harley Quinn meet Saw, and for sure I could see that. That's funny.
Oh, thank you. This is my one seasonal item that I wear like without fail almost every day. I feel really bad for anyone who watches my videos because this is like all I wear. Probably gets old. Good, but kind of boring to the second book. Okay.
Oh, okay. And I could definitely see where it could get boring if you're not into like all the psychology stuff that they throw out, because she does do a
Yeah.
lot of like, I don't want to say like flowering, but it almost is like flowering with her writing, where it's like a lot of explanations and inner monologues and what we're thinking and feeling about this. And, you know, I could definitely see where somebody could get sort of lost and bored if it's like we're talking about Freudian theories and they're like, I don't know what they're talking about. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel you.
You're like, I just want to get to like her trying to have sex with a serial killer that's in prison on death row. Like, what?
I like that they kind of like called that out though. He was like, "What did you expect? This was just going to be conjugal visits? Like that's not how this is going to happen." And I was like, "Okay," because
That's
there
probably
was
what
like,
the CNF happened. She was like, all right, I'm gonna head out.
because at about the halfway point, I was like, "How is this going to work? Like, how are you going to bone this dude? Because that's, I mean, it's a romance. Like that's going to happen. So like, are you going to do it in prison? Because there's no way this guy's getting off. But of course, he's got to escape. Like that's the only way we could make it work."
Okay, but see, for some reason, my dumbass just did not see that happening. Like, I was like, so where is this gonna go? And I was like, shocked when he like tried when they were escaping, and I was like, oh, how did I not see that coming?
I kind of didn't see it coming. I mean, I wasn't surprised when it did happen, but I was like, okay.
At least me and London were both surprised. She was like, how dare you use me to escape?
I was surprised he was able to pull it off. Like, I don't think that was the most unbelievable part of it. Not the fact that he has tried to escape, but the fact that he was able to knock out all these police officers, climb an elevator shaft. Where did they go from there? Because they get on the roof of the fucking
Yeah,
hospital.
they just
They just
jumped.
jump. Like, please tell me. I would
And he
love to know.
yes, she's my salvation. And I'm like, bro, y'all are about to die. Like, I need the like logistics of this.
Tatiana is always saying crazy shit in this chat. Oh my god. If they included blood play, knife play, or some dark kinky shit, I guess we have a book too, you know what I mean? But hey, actual recommendations if you're into that, definitely read Siren, whatever the original Sinner series is by Tiffany Rice or Reese. I don't know how to say her last name. Kinky shit. Definitely knife play. So if you're into that.
I mean, he had, I guess, what the chains on her neck.
He does, yeah. And in her office, I think he like has him around her neck while
Yeah,
he's like playing with her.
yeah, like one of these darkness.
Kind of reminds me of what's the I'm thinking of God, what's the of a Christmas Carol? You know, the guy with the chains.
That reminds
Is it Morley? I think that's his name. Yeah. When he comes to like haunt him, comes to haunt Scrooge. Okay. Um, what else can we talk about? Smut, obviously.
Yes, I love that. Which wait, you love which part? The chains?
Yeah, Jacob Morley. Okay, yes, thank you. I know I'm not crazy. Okay, I am getting so sweaty though, guys. Texas is hell right now. It's 82 degrees. Kinky Christmas Story. LJ Shen book coming out next month. Have you read LJ Shen, Haley?
She's written the like Vicious, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I read the first two.
Okay. Okay, yes, I did know she has another book coming out. I'm pretty sure I applied for an arc of it, probably won't get it, and I don't even remember what the book's about, so yeah. Oh, wait. She has a new series I'm
Oh,
seeing on Goodreads, so I'm intrigued. Coming 2020. It's called The Hunter and the Prey. Okay.
interesting. I could
I'm
look
sort of I'm not sure if I am going to read. I don't know. I'll definitely be reading more of her stuff, but I haven't been impressed with her last few books.
okay, so I accidentally got spoiled for Broken Night, the ending. Like somebody did like a review of it, like just unrelated, but while we're on the subject, somebody did
Yeah,
a
no.
review of it and they were like, okay, so like spoilers are gonna happen at this time. And I was just like, listening but doing other stuff too. And then she goes, yo, so like I don't want to spoil it for other people, but she goes like, yo, like so and so like kicks the bucket. And I was like, yo, what? It's
Was
crazy.
that after you read the second book?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
What'd you think about that? Your face is saying a
It
lot.
didn't. It actually didn't bother me that much, if I'm being real. Mostly because I read the second book so long ago that I'm like, whatever. Like I don't know. I don't care that much. That theirs was the weakest book in the original series to me. Like sweetest for sure, but not my favorite, not the most memorable. So I like kind of don't care, but
Yeah.
I don't know. Um, I am up to date with the Signs of Love series by Anita Sunday, I'm pretty sure, unless she's put out something very recently, but I think I'm caught up. I love Anita Sunday. Her standalones are really good too, if you guys haven't read any of them. Um, you know what? Texas is a nightmare, but it's my nightmare, so. Yes, I'm all caught up. Apparently, she has another one coming out though in November of this year. Okay, wow. Happy fucking birthday to me.
Honestly, and also me. Scorpio season, yes.
Scorpio season, baby. It's been good to me so far. I'm ready
Honestly,
for the rest of
I've
this.
been living.
I'm ready for November. Okay.
Wait, what other book? Trisha Wolf's other book. Oh, Penelope Douglas is writing an FF book.
Her fucking power. Can I just say she's a queen and a goddess and I love her so much?
I
Like,
mean, she can do no wrong at this point. She could literally release anything and I'd be like, yes, queen, I'm here for it.
because you know what? I used to have Penelope Douglas and LJ like on the same level. And the more that I read of both of them, I'm like, there's just no like Penelope Douglas, like that's where it's at.
Dude,
So
Birthday Girl was literally chef's kiss.
so good. I
Like,
mean, also like Kill Switch was
dude,
good. Have you
what
read it yet?
nuts? Yes, yes, I have. And Darkness. While we're on the subject of
It's so good.
dude, and it feels weird saying that book is good, like thinking of like the background and like the content that's in it, but like it's so good.
Especially, yeah, given the like first two books in the series, but that's her power, you know?
Yeah,
Who
crazy.
else could do it?
So Trisha Wolf. I mean, honestly, Trisha Wolf at this point, she's pretty smart. Like I'm convinced she's just like a smart ass bitch. So like I'll probably read more of her stuff.
I
To be
probably would too. Oh, it kind of looks like she might do some like fantasy type books. This is intriguing. Yeah, I'd definitely be interested to check out more of her backlist because I was impressed enough by this book.
yeah, me too. And that was I just like that it wasn't like super smutty because I was sort of apprehensive at
Yeah.
first. I texted you and I was like, oh, I'm really feeling it because she was really sassy. And then I was like, maybe I'm not feeling it. And then she like dialed it back on the smut. Like I realized that was her trying to build the tension. And I was like,
Hmm.
oh yes.
I appreciated it because you texted me and said it was kind of insta lovey, and I was like, fuck.
But then
I
it
was very
wasn't.
scared. It wasn't, yeah.
I
It
liked
was
that.
she turned it around. Also, anybody in the chat, so I don't know how many people had a chance to watch my vlog before this, but I also read a couple of other things that were interesting this weekend. So if any of you guys have read the Ice Planet Barbarian series,
Oh my god.
please let me know. Also, if you've read Sunstone, any of the volumes, please let me know. I'd love to talk about those because
I've read the first one for Ice Planet Barbarians, and let me just say, that first scene where he's like, wait, so are we talking about it, or not really?
yeah, for sure, go off. Like, I mean, we're here, we have time.
That first scene where he's like, oh, like, I don't, what was she was describing his tongue, and he's like, oh, what's this, like, third nipple, right?
Third nipple.
I was like, yo, that's crazy.
Yeah, so for anybody who is unknowledgeable, Ice Planet Barbarian series is about human women who crash on this ice planet where there's blue alien dudes with barbed, and it goes from there. And they really like cunnilingus. So
Yeah, they do, because they don't understand that clits are not third nipples.
yeah, basically. Um,
And everybody
oh,
loves it.
fair. It's fair to DNF it. Like, yes, that's valid. But I thought it was pretty good. I think the main character was a little annoying, but like, I thought the world building was pretty good.
Wait, what's Lotus Effect? Someone
Really
said,
good.
"Excuse me."
Oh, okay, T. So thank you for telling me about the L. Kennedy book.
I was literally just reading that.
I have heard so many mixed things about L. Kennedy's new book. Some people say the rep's good, some people say it's awful. I don't know. And I'm sort of turned off by L. Kennedy after the things that she said about female books. And I don't want to like swear off all of her stuff because of that, but just the wording and the lack of apology kind of frustrated me. And I don't know.
She might be on her way out.
Yeah,
Honestly, with that, if she keeps it up,
agreed.
I'm just saying.
Someone asked me about Audible Escape.
I have
So
Audible Escape.
I had it for a little bit, but I don't listen to a lot of my romance on audio.
I do. I like
Um, I mean, I don't dislike it. It's not like I'm scared of listening to like sexy things at work or anything. Like I have no qualms. Like
yeah.
I don't know. I read very quickly. My romance books and I read it on Kindle Cloud Reader on my laptop very quickly. If I'm listening to audio, it's usually fantasy or like any of the shit that I have right here that I don't want to read. Yeah. And I felt like the titles on Audible Escape, like I was trying to look for the newest E.L. James book, who wrote 50 Shades, super popular. It wasn't on Audible Escape. So I don't know. I just didn't feel like the selection was enough to warrant the price. It's not expensive if you have Kindle Unlimited. I think it's like $7, but
Yeah.
it just, I don't know. I was trying to get rid of some of my subscriptions and that one was easy to cut out for me. I also have a really good public library audiobook selection. So
But they have a ton of like LJ Shen on there.
they
Penelope
do. If you really
Douglas.
like indie romance, I think it's definitely worth it.
It's good.
I don't know if I'm going to do a video on it because I didn't have it for long enough to really have Rex.
They have, yeah, honestly, they have a ton of stuff. I would recommend it for sure. But also, the guy calling the Latina girl mommy in the L. Kennedy book, yikes.
Especially since he's white. That's a big yikes.
But you're definitely right. There is a lot of overlap between Kindle Unlimited and Audible Escape.
Mm-hmm. It just depends on like what format you enjoy reading. I think it would be cool to be able to easily switch between the two formats because sometimes I find myself being like, oh, well, I'm hopping in my car. Like, I'd love to have an audiobook, but I read multiple things at one time anyway. So I just usually just switch to different books. Not a big deal.
Oh, also, and somebody bringing up Revenge from Black Dagger Brotherhood, I'm triggered.
I love him.
I love that whole series.
How many have you read? Have you read all of them?
I think 10 of them.
Good job.
What is there, like 20, like 18 or something to 20? It's like an insane
I haven't read the like most recent 4. I think I stopped at the Shadows. Like I didn't read the Shadows and on, but I've read almost all the other ones. And I've read the spin-off like series, I guess, about like the training class. So good. I am supposed to be starting a podcast reading those at some point.
Ooh.
I don't know when that's gonna happen because my co-host is busy right now. So
They're so good.
so good. How could you hate Revenge? Like that's
They were all good.
I'm trying to think. I didn't like Fury's book. That's the only one I didn't like.
He's the one that has the like the, what are they called? I'm doing this like it's an angel.
Twin brother.
The what?
The twin brother?
Oh, yeah, but he dated the angelic lady, right? The one that they're like, you know what
The
I'm talking about?
Chosen.
Yes.
She's not she's literally a vampire.
They just seem angelic.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
They're in like a whole temple. They're like, you know.
Yeah.
That's it. That's them, right?
Yeah.
Okay. The one that was weird for me was the ghost. Like is her name Jane?
Dr. Jane, yeah.
And she's a ghost. I'm like, how is he fucking a ghost? This is unrealistic.
Someone asked have we read any Abby Glines. I was at my public library and I picked up one of her books on a whim. That shit was dirty for young adult. I'm surprised they like shelved it that way. I just remember there was like a blowjob scene. I think she like blows her cousin's best friend, or I don't know, something like that.
Wait, those are some of the first new adult books I read.
She has a new adult series, but she also has a young adult series.
Oh, I haven't read the young adult
The
series.
young adult one, I was like, there's literally a blowjob. Maybe it was like shelved incorrectly because I mean, where do you put new adults in a library? But I was kind of scandalized. I've not read any Addison Kane, no.
You know who I just recently got super into?
Hmm.
Krista and Becca Ritchie.
Okay. I've
Listen,
got tea. I've got tea for
oh, hit
you.
me with it.
Okay, so I love them. I've read a lot of their books. Almost not almost all of them, but a lot of them. And the stuff, like the direction that they're going for their Damage or their Like Us series, I don't like it. I really don't appreciate it. Have
Oh,
you like
okay.
heard about the drama with that?
No.
So they have been taking established relationships or relationships that they've been leading up to and then trying to just make them all poly.
Hmm.
Like you're ready for these two characters to be together and they're like, oh, but wait, we have a third person coming into this. And like I love poly relationships, don't get me wrong, I just don't think it's appropriate all the time. And I think they're trying to do two different poly relationships back to back, and it's going to be in the same family. Like a sister is in a poly relationship and then another sister's in a different poly relationship. I'm like, how many fucking people, like that's not how
Realistic.
this works. Yeah, it's not realistic. I don't know, it irks me. So I
Mhm.
don't know if I'm going to continue on with that series, which is sad. And I know that like poly stuff has become more popular lately and it's becoming trendy, but I just feel like you can't do that. Like, I don't know.
This is for no reason.
Yeah, because there's plenty. Well, and the thing is, like, since it's a spin-off series and there's a fuckload of people who could potentially be in relationships, why would you take people that you've already been hinting at, like, that should be together? Like, take someone who has not even been paired yet and put them in a poly relationship. I don't know.
Wait, so
It's
who is
gross.
it a spin-off series? Like, which series is it a spin-off from?
Addicted and
Okay,
yeah, so it's
that's the
like
one I've been reading.
it's the one with the Calloway sisters and it's their kids, basically.
Oh, okay. So I'm on Hot House Flower now. I'm like basically done with it.
Yeah, and I really
There are a
liked
lot.
the first three books were good. I liked it. The first book was a little iffy, and then the
For
other
sure.
two, I really liked the relationship.
Yeah. Well, like Lauren just gets so annoying. I felt
Yeah.
like. Yeah. That's how I feel about him. That phase. I'm just like, bro. But Reich and Daisy, OTP.
I like Rose and Connor the best, but yeah, I feel you.
Well, you would. That's not surprising at all. That is not surprising.
I mean, yeah, they're like everything to me, but yeah, no, I like Daisy a lot. That's books about poly. A lot of people have been asking me lately since I mentioned it in my videos that I like poly relationships if I have any books to recommend, and sadly, I haven't read that many books with true poly relationships. I can think of one, and it's three dudes, but I think the author writes her male relationship sort of fetishy, so I don't really know that I'd recommend it. But let me look up that series. Also, Strange Grace has a poly relationship that I thought was done pretty well.
The loves of my life. God,
Arthur is my son, but also I would kiss his little forehead. He's so cute.
dude, what a bunch of angels. So you liked it.
Yeah, I loved it. I gave it 4 stars.
It
Thought it was
was
good.
so good. I could cry in the club.
I just wanted it to be like more. Like I
Yeah,
wanted there to be more of an ending, but I thought it was really good.
yeah. I could see that for sure.
Okay, so the author I'm thinking of is Ella Frank. She writes a series that has like three dudes in love, which I thought was like the concept I really liked. I didn't love the execution because I think her stuff's fetishy, but if you want a lot of banging, that's an option. It's the Confession
Oh,
series by
I
Ella
was
Frank.
thinking, why does that sound so familiar? Okay, I've read Try and Take by her.
I read that whole series. Yeah. I mean, it was like fun to read. And I think she does do a pretty good job at building their relationship. I just think the sex scenes are gratuitous.
I feel like 16-year-old me didn't understand and loved it because I have nothing but fond memories of those. But in hindsight,
I
I'm probably
know.
like, ooh, this is a little messy.
And I think I read those in like maybe 2016 or 2017 when I was starting to get into male romance. I didn't know it was
Right.
even a thing. And I
Yeah.
liked it because like I'm queer, I want to read queer stories. But it was, I don't know. I liked it then. And then I read the spin-off series because it's like about someone who was in that. Oh God, what was his name? Robbie. He's like a friend of Tate and the other dude. And his spin-off series is Polly, which I liked. Like I liked the idea of it. But once I started actually reading it, I was like, so you just want to see three dudes bone. Like that's basically what this is. I
And
don't
that's
know.
fine, but like it also maybe isn't.
Um Danielle,
Oh, Black
I
Iris. Sorry.
okay, I no, you're good. Danielle, I could totally understand how you could see that. If you're looking for something that's poly that isn't fetishy, I really do think The Strange Grace is like that. I mean, it's not a romance, but does have a poly relationship and it's not fetishy. So I think that's a good
Yeah,
rec.
Strange Grace is a perfect one for that. And also, so is Black Iris, I would say.
I didn't know Black Iris was poly, and now I'm like way more interested.
Yeah, it is. And it's not fetishy. It's just fucked the fuck up.
I love Elliot Wake so much.
Yeah, I think you'll really enjoy that.
I
If
really
you haven't read that? That's crazy.
I
You
I read I read Unteachable, which I thought was fantastic.
It was really good. That was what I started with too. And then it took me a century to read Black Iris. And I was like, yo, yeah, you got to read that soon. Everybody tell Chan she's got to read it or
I'm
else.
gonna, I just want him to come out with more stuff
Honestly.
because I feel like he only has like 4 books out. I don't know. I need more comments, more things to talk about. What other smutty stuff have you been reading, Haley? Like, what's the last smutty book you read before this?
We're going to pull up the challenge. That's what we're going to do.
I have a bone to pick with Christina Lauren. Okay, didn't love, I didn't
Dude.
I didn't love their smut, but I also really don't fucking like chick lit. So
Yeah, they've been.
I'm done. I'm done with their books, to be honest.
Yeah. So before that, so I've been reading the Addicted series. I read some L. Kennedy. I was trying to finish out the score and all that series. Just get it done
Mhm.
so I could go on to the Briar U because I've heard like nothing but good things about Briar U so far. You're like, eh. I mean, it's all pretty much the same shit, but it's
Yeah,
decent.
I liked the first books better. I think.
You really? Okay, good to know because I haven't finished it out because I don't want to go to a pregnancy story. You know what I mean? I'm kind of like, but I read The Right Swipe recently. Really good.
Maybe I'll read that. I have heard mixed things, so I haven't picked it up. But I think I'm also getting all of these fucking illustrated romance covers confused.
It was pretty decent though. It was kind of like, well, if you're like annoyed with Christina Lauren, it might not be a good time for you to read that because it's like sort of chick litty, but like with people of color. You know what I mean?
I mean, I fuck with it. That's the thing. I think Christina Lauren stuff's a little too formulaic for me, so I think reading it by a different author I would probably like.
Yeah, you should try it because they definitely do some stuff where like it's really empowering for the main character who's black and like she's got some trauma that they like actually work through and they like address a predator in it. It's like crazy. It was really good. So I would suggest if you're like,
I'm definitely gonna have to pick that up.
yeah, I haven't seen anybody like not like it so far. I feel like at the absolute least, you'd probably respect what it does. What have you been reading though? That's smutty.
Let me answer this question first because I really like this. Someone says that they hate how romance has kind of been reshaped to be digestible for general audiences. I
Hmm.
totally agree with that. I think it's really frustrating as someone who's been reading romance for God, I don't know how long, like 5, 10 years. I mean, I like that more people are getting into it and that it's becoming more acceptable on YouTube because A, I have people to talk about it with, and B, like people will watch my videos because like I read romance. But it is frustrating that like people look down on romance books that do have sex scenes, even though they're reading like, Christina Lauren and stuff. And I also feel like a lot of those kinds of books tend to be more predictable because they don't get to kind of step outside of the box of what's normal. That's why I
Mhm.
kind of like indie romance better personally. I think you can do cooler shit and
For
get away with it. So I agree. I like that romance is becoming more popular, but it's also frustrating that like we have to put, you know, romance covers together that don't have like sexy people on it because that's like somehow not okay.
Yeah, why is that a thing? Like, I would definitely not. For some reason, I just feel like I wouldn't buy like a cover with like a guy with abs on it before I'd buy like, you know what I mean?
I love abs. Like, give me abs. I'd buy abs over fucking illustrated covers any goddamn day. Because I
Really?
know it's gonna be good stuff. It's gonna be good.
Yeah. Like this is gonna be steamy. That minute.
And I still had this hang up about like historical romance covers because I was like, and then you pick them up and they're like actually fucking good. I'm upset that I didn't pick them up earlier.
Really? See, I never pick up historical romance, and that's probably because of the cover.
The covers, I know, I've picked some up too that I hadn't heard anybody talk about, and they were still fantastic. Like, there's good stuff out there for sure. I have not read Heart Song yet. I don't know if I'm going to get to it this year. Someone asked me that. Um, ooh, Rex similar to the. Okay, did you read Captive Prince, Haley?
Yeah. How dare you? Your face.
I don't know what you're about to say, so I'm just like bracing myself.
It's literally one of my favorites.
Okay, thank fuck. Okay, because
One
a
of
lot
my
of my
favorites.
friends have read it recently and been like, it's problematic. I'm like, okay, yes, it is, but it's fucking good.
I mean, you know what? I'm not gonna comment on that.
I mean, you got me there, but
But
it's
that
good.
scene is like literally one of my favorites.
Dude, that and Foxhole Court definitely have a similar vibe.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't think that the Cruel Prince has it kind of has a similar vibe to me. Like it's different, but like it's
So what?
to like Foxhole and Captive Prince have a similar vibe.
Oh,
I kind of think that Cruel Prince does too. I'm trying to think of my favorite books because they all have similar vibes. But that's kind of tough because those are very distinct.
Captive Prince is literally chef's kiss, and I'm sorry, but you literally cannot drag out two characters like getting together for 3 books better. Like you just can't.
You
Period.
can't do it. You can't do it.
I'm
It's
sorry that people are mad about the bench scene, but like I have literally never seen anything hotter in my life between two. Like,
yeah.
I'm like,
Thank you. Okay, I need to. You know what? You're coming back again because this is
like,
yeah.
and when I saw reviews for that saying that that was like bad, I was like, I really had to take a second and like reevaluate. I was like, wait, is there something wrong with it? And no, it was good.
I didn't have no idea that this was bad. This and Foxhole Court I picked up because I had seen controversial reviews, but I
Mhm.
don't think after I read it, I really thought about the content, if that makes sense. I just know that I enjoyed it.
Right. Same.
And I think I have definitely stopped picking up things like that because I'm on YouTube now. If that makes
Yeah.
like I still will pick up whatever I want, but I think about it a little bit
You're like, do I want
more.
to deal with like liking this if it's problematic?
Yeah. I miss those days. Like whenever I read Beautiful Disaster,
Oh my god.
and I was like, "Oh, this is quality fucking literature."
Honestly,
I have since realized it's not, but like I just loved
at the
being able to
time,
like things.
at
Yeah,
the time, right,
Akatar, I fucking loved that before I started YouTube, and now
bro.
here I am. You know, I still like it. Shit's good.
Dude,
Um,
the tension. If you didn't like it, you a lie.
if you don't want mountain shaking, I don't know you. Okay. Okay, I like British narrators for my audiobooks, but I did just try to read a romance, like a historical romance with a British narrator, and it fucking sucked. So that's valid. Um,
And I agree with what you're saying about they're gonna have a bad time in the romance genre.
I think romance it lets you explore wild shit and enjoy things unencumbered by because people are already gonna shit on you for reading romance, you
First of
know?
all, let's just start there.
And then you can just kind of do whatever the fuck you want after that, you know? Like
Just accept it.
read weirder and weird. Like I read alien smut, you know. The world's my oyster.
Alien smut, which honestly wasn't.
It
I
wasn't that bad.
mean,
It wasn't that
I saw somebody review. I think it actually might have been Starla, who I really like and respect her
bad.
opinions.
Starla's the shit.
Yes,
10 out of 10.
I saw her review saying that they had like that rape scene right before, and then it was sort of like not talked about again, and I was like, "Ooh, you're right." But the Spike
Or
talk,
Ice Planet Barbarians?
yeah,
I don't remember that, but okay.
That's because the tongue distracted you, and that's what I had to think and reflect. You know how all those, yeah, in the very
The
beginning,
cat hair. I can't. Okay.
dude, in the very beginning, there's this scene where this like girl that's a captive on the ship.
Oh no, you're right. You're right. I do remember that. I remember that. I thought you meant like he assaulted her
No,
and then she forgave it. No, okay, you're right. You're right.
yeah,
You're right.
and I was like, damn, valid points on a Tuesday.
Okay. I also cannot get into R.S. Gray. I tried to read one of her books, wasn't into it. I gotta be real with you guys. Like, I've gotten more and more into like YA contemporary over the past few years, but I don't really like contemporary romance very much,
Yeah.
especially rom-com ish shit, because it's always too cheesy for me.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't need like serious or like tearjerker stuff, but I also really don't want to be like, haha, this is so fucking funny. Like, it's not funny. I don't know. I don't really like movie rom-coms either, so that might be it.
That's why we're here reviewing a dark book.
Yeah. You know, if you're not going to choke me with manacles, like, fuck off.
Yeah, that was nuts. I'll never get over that.
Okay. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I like that. Romance can be problematic. It allows us to freely explore sexuality without judgment.
It's also kind of subjective, so
Yeah,
that like
like what is and isn't problematic. And I like how specific romance tastes can be, you know?
for
Like,
sure. Like
I don't
somebody
know.
really said that they wanted like knife and blood play. You know what I mean? Or like that it gets higher rating if there's like somebody gets choked out like with some chains, and I'm like, yo, like that's what it's there for. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I love that people in booktube are exploring romance. Yeah, me too. I am. I don't know. I'm sort of cynical about the whole thing. Like I'm glad. I'm glad. But I also think there are people here who have been doing it longer and have been talking about it longer who just haven't gotten acknowledged. And now that like other people are reading Christina Lauren and acting like they just found romance, I don't know.
And our
Kind of love
experts
it.
can be like, no, like this is so bad and dark, and I can't believe anybody would read her like this. And you're like, we'll wait
I
for you to
didn't
get
like this
better.
one because it had one too many sex scenes, and I don't really like sex scenes. Like I don't know. Everybody's got to like you can not like sex, I guess, but like come on, it's romance.
That's also big Scorpio energy on a Sunday night, though. But
Mood. Um, do you think you rate romance books differently than other books?
I
Um,
do. I
that's
feel
a
like
good question. I mean, I don't rate smut, like pure 100-page smut, like Ice Planet Barbarians. I don't rate that
mhm.
because I feel like a lot of that stuff is what's the word I'm looking for? It's stuff that like older women beat their meat to.
Oh my god.
So like I'm not gonna yuck anyone's yum. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll review it and I'll let you know if I like thought the writing was good and stuff like that. But I don't I don't know. I don't use books for that material. I don't know. So for me it's just like I I wouldn't rate it. Does that make sense? Like I mean cuz you can't rate it similarly to other stuff because there's no plot line. It's literally just banging.
Right.
I don't know. I
A
don't rate that stuff.
fantasy 4-star versus like a romance 4-star is definitely different for me though. Because it's just pure enjoyment level, I feel like, for me when I read romance.
And that's the thing, I think for me, I always rate books based on enjoyment.
Yeah,
So for me, it's all the same. I definitely review things pretty fucking critically, but when it comes to just my pure like instinct, like what did I think of that book, I definitely, yeah,
for sure.
just rate however I feel. Who are your favorite romance authors, Haley?
Um, Probably, well, definitely Penelope Douglas. Um,
Yeah, same. Penelope, I like Jara Ward a fuckload. I think she's
oh,
great.
for sure. She's like,
Nalini Singh is really, really good. I just like started reading her paranormal series. I like how diverse it is.
wait, who?
Um,
Sorry, I missed that.
Nalini Singh. She writes.
Oh, yeah, the
Um,
Angel's Blood or whatever?
yeah, I mean, we've already had in the first 5 books, we had an Indian protagonist, like female protagonist, which I fucking loved. I
Mhm.
think some of the male, like, it's kind of like the Black Dagger Brotherhood series in that there's a group of guys and you know they're each going to get a love interest. I think some of those guys are not white as well. So overall, I like that it's like a more diverse and a lot, I think, less problematic version
Mhm.
of like J.R. Ward's series. I mean, it's not the same, but like if you're looking for a paranormal series that's diverse, I like that a
J.R.
lot.
Ward problematic?
No, I don't think she's problematic. I just think her series started in the early 2000s where like having white main characters and no diversity of like sexuality was okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I think things would have gone a lot differently for Butch and V had it been more acceptable for like her to write male romance.
I mean, fair enough, because we definitely like, oh, 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 I see what you're saying. Like, they would have been the thing instead of just being best friends.
Mhm. Yeah.
Oh, how have I never thought of that?
I mean, it's really very heavily hinted at when you read the books. You're like, oh, I mean, if you read V's book, he's like hung up on him.
He's like hung up. Yeah, you're right. And he has to like smoke himself out every day.
He's like, I just want a bone.
You're like, dude, your face, you're like, Haley, come on.
Or
Dude,
it could have been a really good opportunity for a poly relationship.
true, true.
I would have loved to see it, but it's fine. I mean, I like who they both ended up with, so I wasn't that upset. But yeah, I think
You
things
could
could
have
have
done
definitely
better,
been handled better.
for sure.
Does Nalini Singh have a series not about angels? Yes, she does. The series I'm talking about is her Archangel series, but
Oh, and while we're on it, I really like Karen Moaning. I saw somebody recently talking about how she was canceled or something, and I was like, damn, sad. Maybe I'm just not up on the tea, but
I feel like I'm not really either.
but in hindsight, I recently was rereading, the Blood Fever series, like the first three, and those were just I had a great time. No
Good
complaints.
shit. I'm kind of excited to see Sarah J. Maas's take because she's basically ripping the
Oh,
series off. So
yes. I saw you say that on Goodreads. Like, oh, does this not sound like it? Or
I did end up she did an interview, I think at Comic Con or something, and it sounds like it's a little different,
mhm.
but also not. So I'm excited to see her take on it, especially since as an adult, I think there's gonna be some, you know, good stuff.
That good.
Yeah, okay. I didn't realize the Blay and Quinn kiss happened in 2008. Is that right?
With
I
the
feel like
what?
someone's talking about the fact that there was a male-male relationship in one of J.R. Ward's books. I mean, I agree, but I mean, there's not any like racial diversity besides like the shadows or the shades.
Hmm.
And she doesn't even, I don't think she explicitly calls them black, but I'm pretty sure they're black. I could be wrong. Ooh, okay. I'm intrigued. Someone said that they read a book with a 48-year-old hero and a 40-year-old heroine. Please let me know in the comments what that book is. Also, if it's anything like, I don't know, who's that one actress in rom-coms who wears like cardigans on the beach and she's like in her 50s? I don't know. But like if it's like that, I don't want it. But if it's like sexy, please like let me know what it is. I'm always like I always steer away from romances with older main characters because I'm assuming that it's not going to be sexy enough. But I'm not like opposed to reading a book about older main characters. I don't know how you feel about that, Haley.
Well, my mom is like 45, so I feel like maybe a little weird about reading about a 48-year-old because I feel like I'd just be like picturing my mom, and I'm like,
That's fair.
but I'm not like I don't discriminate against old people. Like they need love too. Older people.
Yeah. Oh, well, we weren't explicitly talking about age gaps, Chelsea, but we can definitely talk more about them.
And now I was like, do I bring up Birthday Girl again or no?
I mean, yes, because I think that's where I'm more intrigued. Like, I don't really care about two old people finding love. I care about like an older guy who's got money and wants to take care of someone.
Honestly, because hit me up. if you exist in real life.
I mean, I love this one, but like he's out if I find that perfect older man, you know? Gotta do what you gotta do.
Every man for themselves. But I did read something recently that what is it like Lessons in Corruption
Yeah.
by Gianna Darling.
Hmm.
Anybody else read that? And I wasn't.
Uh,
I feel like I didn't like it because I wanted it to be like what was his name? Zeus, right? The dad's name was Zeus,
hmm.
and I wanted it to be him in the teacher. Like they had like I was like, dude, that's what I wanted to. I don't know. Like I just don't like it when the girl is older. Maybe like I was like a little put off.
yeah, I think it's tricky. Also, my
Maybe I like
headphones are.
age gaps, but I'm too specific about it.
Yeah, I am too. I kind of just like older guy, younger girl.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever read one of those either and been like, this is a little much for me. I'm
Yeah,
always like,
me neither.
yeah, I'm here for it.
Except
Whereas,
for
yeah,
that one. The
like,
Lessons in Corruption was the one that I was like, this is too much because he was like a high schooler. I was like, ooh.
well, that's the thing. I didn't like that one because he was young and she was old. I
Yeah.
haven't read that one. I only read the one with Zeus and the younger girl.
Oh, okay, okay. See, I should
Did
have
you
just
read that
started.
one?
No.
It's good.
Because I was put off by the first one, so I was like, fuck this. And I just move on.
I might need to switch to different headphones because I think mine are dying. Okay, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
Give me a girl in her 20s and a guy pushing 50, please. Honestly, 30 is too young. I feel that.
Yeah, that's not an age gap. That's just like
The run of the mill.
yeah. You know what? I don't think it says anything about you, Chelsea, because I I've psychologized this quite a bit. I don't have daddy issues at all.
I've got a couple.
And yet I like this. So what does that say about me? Don't know.
Pull up with a silver fox, it's over with. It's over for his ass.
Birthday girl, I think that might be my favorite age gap. I'm trying to think.
Chef's kiss. Pike.
I'm you know what? Fuck it. I might reread that. Wait, I'm gonna get on Amazon right now and buy it because impulse control.
Kindle or paperback?
We're talking paperback. We're talking big money.
Yes, we're talking big money.
If you can afford indie fucking paperbacks, you have made it.
Dude, okay, so right before we got on here, I go, why did I buy the actual paperback? Like, who is she? Is she
You
rich?
didn't even read it. That's what fucked me up. You read it on your Kindle, I thought. You were like, I don't know what page
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah. I was at work on the cloud reader. You know how it is.
Foolery. All right, paperback. I like how you can't buy used copies of these either. All right. It'll be here Wednesday. I'm reading this for my birthday week.
Yes.
I think it's called Birthday Girl. Okay.
Ooh.
Smart. Okay.
Love that.
KU romance, whether the girl. Oh, okay. Girl is 15.
Yikes.
That I don't know how to
Canceled.
talk about. I don't know. I don't. I feel more comfy when it's like 18 and older, and then.
For sure. Even 18 is pushing it. Like I said, yeah, the 20s though.
The 20s. And that's the time where you really need a sugar daddy, so.
Facts. Your parents are still your sugar daddies. Like,
pay off my student loans, you know?
buy me a house.
Oh my god, I want that so bad right now.
Hayden, did you hear that?
Yeah, I was gonna say, I know Chelsea's super like a stickler about the people being of
She
age.
said, or I'm out.
I'm kind of like, I agree, but I think in like Torn, I think by Carrie and Cole, that's the one where the girl is like 16 and tries to put the moves on him, but he's like, I'm not really feeling it, and they don't do anything until she's 18. So that didn't, like, that was fine to me.
Dude,
But
that was kind of like Daisy and Reich in Addicted, and she's like a kid, and I was like, I mean, if he kisses her, I might be okay with it. I mean, fuck it. No, I'm just kidding.
no, but that's like they get you to feel that way. But I like authors that do it appropriately and try to like at least make them 18. Like, I appreciate that.
Yeah, for sure. He's like, no, it's cool. I'm just gonna sleep over until you're 18.
Also, Brie, when you said put gas in my car, do you mean like you want someone to put gas in your car for you? Because that's fair. I like that. I'd love that.
Fill up my tank or else. Most in their 20s won't do that shit for you.
Thanks. Ew. Okay, yes. Someone brought up Bad Habit. That's the worst age gap I've ever read. Like, the prologue of the book is essentially this guy sneaking into her window. He is 18 and she's 14. And she like tries to like hop on him and like make out with him. And he's like, yo, bitch, no. It was gross. I really hated it. That's the one. I think that's actually, yeah, the only time I can think of where I've been like, age gap, out. I'm out. Even though it's not that much of an age gap, I feel like mentally 14 to 18, no.
You're a kid at 14. You're like a freshman.
Yes, literally. Hated it. And he was like really gross and possessive when they do get together. Super stupid. Hated it.
See, I feel like the only like little kid like age gap that anybody's ever okay with is like All the Beautiful and Ugly Things, or that book. I think I'm saying it out of order, the title. Yeah, there it is. All the Ugly and Beautiful Things.
I'm reading this week, so I'll let you know my thoughts.
Well, see, I feel like I can't read it because I have like a complex about pedophiles because I've got like a little kid. And I'm like, dog, like, I don't care. Like, a grown man trying to, like, date my little kid. She's, like, 6 or 7 when they first, like, start talking.
She's 8.
But everybody loves it, though.
Yeah.
I mean, look at it. It's a finalist.
I don't think I would have picked this up had I not seen someone who I'm reading this book for read it. But
oh, I know there's people that I really like and respect their reviews that have loved that book.
Yeah.
So I'm like, and they're like, dude, I totally get where you're coming from, but like, I think you'd be okay reading it. And I'm just still like, so you let me know. I own a copy. Let me know what you think.
And I think it's, yeah, this subject matter doesn't tend to, I don't say bother me. It obviously bothers me, but
Right.
I think some people are more sensitive to it than others. And
Yeah.
I've read something similar, I think. Oh yeah, fucking that V.C. Andrews book where the siblings bone.
She had no business writing that shit. She had no business.
A whole mess. A literal whole mess.
Why did you make her fuck her brother like that?
So that's why I'm like, is this going to be also a cautionary tale? It says that there's like meth involved in this too, so maybe the surrounding things are going to be interesting.
Yeah, but it's a lot.
Yeah.
From what I've heard.
Yeah.
V.C. Andrews, wow. Desperate times calls for desperate measures, am I right?
I mean, we're going to call it that, sure. Okay.
I've never seen a Lifetime movie.
We're talking about age gaps still, I guess, in the chat. I have a whole ass shelf on Goodreads. I read apparently 36 age gap romances. So if you need recommendations, I'm just going to throw this in I'll throw it in the chat. Trying to think of any, and please give me any good age gap recommendations you guys have, because
yeah, honestly, hit us with the silver fox.
Some of the stuff on the shelf, they're not recommendations. They happen to have age gaps.
Let's see what others are.
Oh, okay. There's a couple of really good male age gap romances on this list, so I would recommend some of these. Like Beneath the Stain by Amy Lane is one of my favorites. So good. I think you guys would like that if you liked Captive Prince and Foxhole Court. I think they've got kind of a similar vibe because it's set in modern day and it's about the manager of a band and like the lead singer of the band. And the lead singer of the band is quite young, but it also deals with like addiction and other kind of hard topics. I really, really, really recommend that. Really well written. I think it's one of the highest rated books that I've ever read. It's like 4.46 on Goodreads.
Oh, you see on this list you have Unteachable, which is pretty good.
Yeah.
And Corrupt, honestly, yeah, I always forget that they had that age gap in the beginning.
Mm-hmm. Dirty Filthy Rich Men was pretty good. I remember reading that a while ago, but that one's got some interesting fantasies that I don't think everybody would necessarily love.
Oh, Lauren Page.
Okay. Someone recommended a K. Webster book. I don't know how I feel about K. Webster. Has anyone read The Wild? Let me know in the chat, because that show is fucked up. I have not really enjoyed very many K. Webster books. I think there was one that I liked, but then the rest of them I've kind of hated. Not a big fan. She does Taboo, but it's like she tries to do the most fucked up shit she can, and I don't think that's the best tactic.
Yeah, that can definitely get pretty torture porny really fast.
Yes. Okay, Tatiana described Dirty Filthy Rich Men, the weird fantasy. Yeah. Consensual non-consent. If you're into that, you might like this book.
Dirty Uncle. Whoa.
I think is that an Alexa Riley? I think it is. Yeah, Alexa Riley, not a fan. If you want to laugh your ass off, read Oversized by Laura Lilly. It's like Alexa Riley type smut, but like funny. Oh my god, okay, Chelsea. Jessica Kane. Much to talk about, much to think about when it comes to Jessica Kane. I like her stuff, but it's really fucked up, so I don't know. It's a different kind of fucked up than Alexa Riley, though, I would say. I'm trying to think of how I would describe it. I think you have to just give one of her books a go and see what you think.
She's Young is the title of one.
Don't read that one first. Let me think.
She's still too young. Fuck.
Oh, Chelsea, read Preacher Man by Jessica Kane. Since I know you're into like preacher-y stuff. And also I think that's a good introduction into her stuff. It's not my favorite by her, but it's indicative of the rest of her works. So I'd recommend Preacher Man, and then also Wearing Him Down. Yeah. You might hate it. I mean, it's a lot. I'm in. Okay. Let me know what you think. Definitely Taboo.
All right. I'm listening. I feel like it can't get worse. Any other preacher Rex? Yeah, honestly, I want to know because what's his face from A Lesson in Thorns was probably like my most intriguing character. Not to bring up some darkness, but
Yeah, I think that she has a like standalone or a duet with a preacher as well.
Yeah,
it's preacher, I think.
But Chelsea, didn't you read that and then you like didn't like it, right?
Priest, yeah.
No, I did not. I heard more than enough reviews on it and just didn't feel the need to read the second book.
It wasn't good.
Yeah, Priest
okay.
is not good.
Yes, Chelsea, I forgot about this. You need to read the Sinner series if you want a hot preacher dude. Please, God. Yeah, Tiffany Rice's series, it's so well written. I think it kind of, in the writing, reminds me of A Lesson in Thorns, but it doesn't have that weird, like, pagan ritual shit attached to it. And it's basically about this woman writing her life's biography and talking about her love, like the love of her life, who was a priest. And the shit they did together was kinky as fuck. So you get to read about that. You also sort of like hate him a little bit, but you grow to love him. And she's also in love with her editor and the guy that cleans her house and like provides emotional support, who's younger than her. So there's an age gap. Yeah. He cooks for her and like just takes care of her. I think he's a college student. And that's one of the ones where I actually enjoyed the fact that like there was an older woman, younger dude situation. So I think I've only read the first 3 or 4 books, but really, really good. And I like that you go from hating the priest to absolutely loving him. So, so, so good. Honestly, I need to start recommending that as an alternative to A Lesson in Thorns, because I think you get that same polyamorous feel without the stupid pagan rituals that like don't really ever go anywhere. So I'm trying to look at some of these comments. Yeah, I mean, I do think Sierra Simone and Tiffany. I don't want to know if it's Reese or Rice. I'm gonna say Reese. I think the other that she's a tamer version because Tiffany does more with the BDSM aspects, and I think she does it in a more respectful way and also in a more graphic way. I mean, I was telling people earlier, there's knife play and blood play, and you get to see inside of a sex club, which I thought was interesting. I need to reread those books. They're really, really good. She does really good characterization as well. I think her characters tend to be more developed than Sierra Simone's. So, yeah.
Okay, also buying The Siren.
Okay, that one I don't want to say I'm going to guarantee that you're going to like it, but I have a feeling you're going to like it, especially compared to like, I don't know, the Jessicane. Aren't there 15 books in that series? I don't think the whole series is about the same characters because there's like so many people in love with each other who have like poly relationships. Some of the books are about different people in the poly relationship. The main story wraps up in the first 3 books. So someone asked earlier what's the best male romance I've ever read.
Captive Prince.
Captive Prince probably, or like Rock by Anita Sunday is one of my favorites. It's a friends to lovers. It's kind of taboo because they're like step siblings.
Oh.
They like grow up together, which I guess is kind of sketchy. I think they're like 11 and 8 or something like that, and they grow up together. And you see them sort of like deny their feelings for each other, deny the fact that they're gay. One of them's gay, I think one of them's bi. I don't know. It's good. Good shit. And it's very like poetically written, which I appreciated. One of them plays piano and like, I don't know. It's like big soft boy energy, so I really liked that. It's on my all-time favorites shelf, I think, on Goodreads. Also, Beneath the Stain by Amy Lane. That's really good too. Trying to think. I used to read a ton of male romance, but I haven't really read any recently. Also, if you want older main characters, Cut and Run by Madeline Urban is really, really good. It's a, like, I think they're both cops. They, like, solve crimes together, and then they, like, they're both really fucking damaged. I don't know. I really liked it. Male relationship. I think there's another one like that, too, by, like, Cole somebody. I don't know. I have a lot of like male romances. I'll just send you guys the shelf for that if you're interested. I've read 71 male romances, so how could I forget Wolf Song by TJ Klune? So good.
Oh, we're back to Try by Ella Frank.
I think it's good if you haven't read a ton of male romance, but I just feel like comparatively it's a little fetishy, so it's not my favorite. But it's easy to fall for the characters, so
For sure.
That's fair.
Steamy, I feel like.
It's very. I mean, there's tons of sex, and I think that's why I didn't love it. I mean, I like sex in my books, but I think there's an upper limit on the amount of sex scenes you should have in one book, and she takes it there. She has like 5 or 6 scenes per book.
That was like the one of the guys was like a bartender, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the first scene was like in the stock room or something, and I was like, whoa.
Yeah. And I think the reason I didn't like that one too, and I noticed this with another series that Ella Frank does, she always makes one of the guys an aggressor.
Yeah.
Which I don't like. The first time it was like, oh, that like, okay. But the more you read it, it's kind of gross, as if you can like turn someone gay. I didn't
Yeah,
really
totally. That's totally how it felt.
yeah.
Like, he was "Oh, I'm attracted to you, so like you're going to be attracted to me."
Yeah. Even though he like just got I think he was divorced, right?
I don't
Or
know. I think so, or just freshly out of a relationship for sure.
with a woman, yeah.
Yeah.
So I didn't
I've
love that.
never been
Yeah,
with a guy.
the
That's
character journey is fun and it's kind of soap opera-y, so I could understand. Like I think there's like a motorcycle accident in one of them. So I mean it's fun, but it's definitely not what I would say was like top tier male romance to me. But that's just me.
Yeah, they definitely went on a journey. To say the least.
Yeah.
She put those characters through it.
Haley, what are you like most excited for the end of the year, like book wise? Do you have anything that you're like dying to read?
Ooh. Honestly, I want to see how she's gonna wrap it up with the Cruel Prince.
I'm so excited. I scheduled that into my videos for November. I'm gonna do like a dedicated vlog to that book because it deserves it, and I'm so excited.
Oh, for sure. And like she didn't give out any arcs for that or anything, right?
Nope. I've heard that there are some spoilers, but I haven't read any of them, and I also don't want to know anything going in. But I know I'm gonna have to read it in like a day or two. Like I don't think I'm gonna be able to wait for people's opinions to start coming out.
Oh, actually, while we're here on this, I really want to read The Wives. Did you like that? I
I
know
like
we talked about it. Yeah, you gave it 4 stars, didn't you?
Mhm.
Yeah, I really want to read that.
That was really good. It was my first Taryn Fisher. I only picked it up because I know that one of my dear friends on Goodreads loves her. So I picked up the arc for her, but I read it before I sent it to her. And it was really good. It was more of a thriller than a romance because I know that she used to write romances. Now it's pretty much just like thrillery kind of stuff.
Mm.
Different than anything I've ever read, for sure. I don't know if it's like mind blowing, but the twist really got me personally.
Yeah,
And
I really want to read it.
the last scene I loved. It really like got me thinking. If that makes sense.
Okay. Yeah, that's what you said. You're like it's kind of like open ended.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Have you read The Turn of the Key?
No,
Okay.
go on.
The ending, I mean, the endings aren't similar in the way that they end, but the sort of open-endedness is similar, if that makes sense.
Okay.
It's like there is a like you know what happens, but also you're
Do I?
thinking after you finish the book, for sure.
Also, Get a Life, Chloe Brown. That looks super cute.
I have an arc of it. Shit.
There it is, ladies and gents.
Okay, so I have a video planned where I'm going to be reading all of my November arcs, and I literally forgot about that one. So love that for me. But
Do you have any you're super excited for?
kind of nothing, obviously. I'm trying to think of other things that I have to read for videos. Most of the stuff that I'm excited to read, I don't think are like new releases. It's more like older things.
Yeah.
I'm finally going to be reading Mistborn and The Way of Kings by Brandon Sanderson.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Those are some big boys.
I'm scared but excited because like I like fantasy. I just never force myself to read it, so I think it's going to be interesting to try to do that. So yeah, I think that's it. I have all kinds of stuff that I feel like I need to read, but I don't know what I'm going to be able to get around to. Oh shit. Okay. I'm going to talk about it here since it's a live show and no one can hold me accountable. I have a video planned. And I've already filmed the intro for it, so like it is happening. It's going to be posted sometime in 2020, but I'm reading 27 books. All romances. So I'm excited to read all of those because there's stuff that I would never fucking pick out myself. Yeah.
So it's like stuff people picked out for you, sort of thing?
Yeah, it's based on the list that I found online.
Oh.
Yeah.
Risky.
Some of the stuff I've read and have hated, like I've already read the books before even looking at the list, but then some of them I've like, I never would have picked this up, or I think I'm going to hate this. I don't know. I'm interested. It's just like one of those lists of like romance recommendations that people put together. So I'm reading that and putting that together for a video. So I'm interested. I'm in the middle of one of the books right now, and I never would have picked it up, but it's not bad. So I'm excited to be able to read more of those, I think is what I'm trying to say, because I know that I won't be able to read very many of those before the year is over. But it's not the lowest rated book. Someone asked me. Yes, it is the video that I mentioned on Twitter. I like jokingly said, what if I read 27 books and vlogged it? And I am doing that. So it's going to be a mess, but it's romance related. So that's going to be fun. Someone said, oh, Bromance Book Club. Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
I gave it 4 stars. I thought it was good.
Really? Okay, I'm excited for it. I totally forgot about that. Oh, also, was Chloe Brown smutty though? Was it steamy at all?
I feel like Talia Hibbert's other book that I read, her like Christmas novella, was smutty. So I feel like Get a Life Chloe Brown probably is too. But someone let me know. Chelsea, let us know.
Yeah. And also that reminds me of how Tessa Bailey surprised me with Fix Her Up, and I want to read that second book about the like married couple or whatever. I know you weren't, yes, I know. But for those of us that like being called baby girl, it was yeah, there it is.
I'm good on that. Count me out.
All right, I'm gonna head out on the baby girl.
But yeah, Bromance Book Club, I gave 4 stars too. I loved the what's the word I'm looking for? The premise was just really cute. I don't think I've ever read anything like that before. I mean, the idea of like trying to win your spouse back by reading like romance books, I thought it was really cute. I don't think the romance was like groundbreaking, but there was like sexy scenes, and I liked that it was a second chance romance where I got to see the romance like build from the beginning. So I liked it. I really wanted to like Fix Her Up. I really did. I think maybe listening to it on audio was why I didn't like it. Because
when you're at work and was like,
when you're listening on 3 times speed, the baby girls are really back to back.
Yeah.
I was like,
and it was like, I watched your review and it was like, you're right, it was weird. Like she's supposed to be growing up, but you're like, baby girl. She did that.
But I would be interested to read more of Tessa Bailey. Also, I think Chelsea. I'd like to know about Tessa's backlist, because I think some of her backlist books are supposed to be good. I'd be interested in that.
Oh yes, Chelsea, you loved it, right? Didn't like Well Met.
That's why I read it, because of Chelsea.
Oh, okay, yes. That's why I read it too, because yeah, you guys all read it and loved it. Yeah.
There's so much like so many conflicting opinions in the group chat about.
I swear, I was gonna say this just went off.
That's my thing, okay? I feel like I really don't end up liking a lot of traditionally published romance, and so that's why I'm always hesitant to pick it up. And I don't know if I'll ever pick up like Well Met or
The Right Swipe was, I don't know. I could see it not being for everybody though.
Or The Right Swipe. I'm just not sure, because I know it's not going to give me that like smutty payoff that I want.
No, it's definitely not going to. If that's what you're looking for, it's not.
Yeah.
That was like a legit love story. You know what I mean, though.
I think the cats are waking up. Fuck. Oh my god. Well Met is chick lit. Okay, that's good to know. Definitely won't be picking that up. And that's the thing, all these damn illustrated covers, how am I supposed to know what's chick lit and what's not? Fix Her Up looked like chick lit, and then, you know, she gets drilled, so.
Bro, see, I didn't like Getaway Girl. Just personally.
The Friend Zone.
Wait, what's the Friend Zone?
That sounds familiar. I feel like picture it. Oh, by Abby Jimenez. Yeah, fuck that book hard. I definitely am not reading that one. That's a no for me.
Oh, yeah.
I remember the spoiler for that.
Mm-hmm. Oh, he's crazy. He's like, it's bright.
I feel like if he keeps sleeping, though, I'm not going to be able to go to sleep tonight because he's going to jump on me. Okay. I think we're going to go in 5 minutes. So if you guys have any other smutty things you want to talk about or like book recommendations to give us, please let us know. I'm also offended by the friend zone. I'm not picking that shit up.
Just on principle. I just want to say that I love that everybody came to hang out and not to talk about Born Darkly.
That's always what happens for live shows, and I'm fine with it. Because after
it was a great time.
Well, because I end up talking about it so much in my damn vlogs that I'm like, I'm done with this.
Yeah.
Ooh, most anticipated upcoming romance. What do you think, Haley?
I don't know. Sorry, I'm bad with being on the spot.
You're good. I'm gonna say Penelope Douglas, I think, has something coming out soon.
Well, that's mine.
I think she's doing like a spin-off series, and or she's also doing the last book in the, what's it fucking called?
Corrupt.
Yeah, that. Oh my god, Kingmaker, yes, by Kennedy Ryan. I'm really excited about that one. I have no idea what it's about though. It just came out today, I think, or yesterday.
Whoa.
Blitzed. I really need to read those books. It's, what's that author's name? Is it Alexa Martin or something like that?
What? Which ones?
She wrote like Fumbled, and it's like they're illustrated covers, but they're like sports romances.
Those are good and really good for this season too. And Kennedy Ryan is really good, and you know, her and Brittany C. Cherry I just recently started reading this year, and they're both like,
yes.
And they're both black too, so you know that's even better.
Kennedy Ryan's fucking awesome. I love her.
They've got beautiful writing styles.
Yeah, I was really impressed when I read Long Shot.
Dude, seriously. I'm glad you ended up liking that one. I would have been heartbroken.
No, it was really, really good. It was definitely hard and probably not something I would have picked up on my own just because I don't usually like that sort of thing.
You know? Yeah, it was a lot.
But it was good.
Yeah, it was worth it.
Chelsea, you missed it. We were talking about how Penelope Douglas is our unproblematic queen. Elle Kennedy, we've never heard of her in this chat. We've only, this is the only person we write for, so.
We're done with her. We're done with her.
Also, oh yeah, Brittany C. Cherry, awesome.
Yeah.
Really recommend her books. Her books are a little bit cheesy, but they're very emotional. So I really,
they're really good though. Yeah, like they're really good.
I think she's very underrated, to be honest.
Yeah, for sure. And those covers, who did those covers for her? It looks so good.
So good. You comfy?
I can't wait for this female from
female enemies to lovers. I need it. I feel like I should have picked up that Nina Varela book. What is it? Cryers War? I have an arc of it, but I never picked it up. It's supposed to be like a sci-fi fantasy, young adult, female enemies to lovers, but I haven't picked that one up either. Someone said they don't like BB Reed. I also agree. I don't like BB Reed. The one book I read by her, I hated.
Wait, why does that sound so familiar?
She wrote The Pier and the Puppet and like some other stuff that's pretty popular.
Oh.
Her covers are really good. I just don't like her books. Okay.
So many romance authors.
I mean, LJ Shen's coming out with something too. That's another one I'm excited about. Although, like, tentatively excited because I haven't liked her past few things, but.
Oh, the American Gods series? Oh my god. Don't even get me started.
Is there only like one book out?
Yeah, it was like a prequel novella and I was bored. I know you liked it though.
I didn't love it. I gave it like 3 stars. I thought it was good, and I think the writing's good. I would like to see what she could do with a full-length book.
For sure. And the premise of the first book sounds so good. So I'm definitely still gonna read it, but
See, Chelsea, I feel the opposite. I feel like I'm always so out of the loop for like traditionally published romance. Like I just never know what's coming out. I rely on you for that. So thanks for doing that. Appreciate
Yeah. Thanks for doing the Lord's work.
Because I sure as hell am not wading through those fucking illustrated covers and trying to figure out what's what.
Wading through the illustrated covers.
Melanie Harlow. Okay, Brie, I feel like you've talked about her before, and I don't think I've ever picked any of her books up, but I'm really tempted now. Which book would you recommend starting with for Melanie Harlow?
Ooh, these covers.
These covers are really cute.
They had Well Met in the YA section.
Love that. Also, Melanie Harlow is gorgeous. What the fuck?
Are you on Amazon?
I'm on her Goodreads.
Oh. I'm like out of the loop.
Kindle is really bad at recommending books. I mean, I did a whole like video reading.
Oh, she is. Sorry, I'm late.
What? What do you say?
Melanie Harlow is.
Oh my god. That's a good idea, Chelsea. I feel like I don't go into the romance section of Edelweiss a lot.
She totally does look like a romance author.
She's like painfully hot. Like, go away. Irresistible. Okay, I'm definitely going to add that to my Goodreads TBR. These look kind of wholesome, which I'm sort of here for. I don't feel like I read enough of that. I feel like Brie reads a lot of like stuff that I wouldn't necessarily pick up, but since Brie reads it, like I am always tempted. Ooh, single dad romance. Okay, I'm here for it.
Ooh, that reminds me of what was that? What was the buff male nanny? Different,
Rafe.
but the same. Yeah.
Ooh, okay, y'all are coming for me, but that's fair. LJ Shen's books kind of do read like Wattpad stories.
Oh my god. So tell me why I watched After the other day.
Tell me why it's not that bad compared to the book.
I haven't read the book, so I can't
Don't
say.
read it. Don't read it. Don't do it.
I just, yeah.
I'm really scared though because they're making the second movie rated R, and they changed like directors and writers because it wasn't like the first book the fans didn't like because it wasn't problematic enough, or the first. So they're like, you know what? We're going whole hog. Let's make him abusive. So
Foot on the gas.
yeah. No.
Damn, I hope they put it straight to Netflix.
Someone asked auto-buy authors, do you have any auto-buy? I guess just like Penelope Douglas, LJ Shen. I guess now Kennedy Ryan, because I one-clicked her Kingmaker book that just came out.
Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah, I would say those are pretty much the... It sucks because I feel like Elle Kennedy definitely used to be, but now I can't trust her.
Yeah.
So I got trust issues because of Elle Kennedy. So if LJ Shen comes out with that new series, though, that you were talking about,
I don't know what it's about. Like, there's no description yet, but I'm tempted. Why does nobody talk in the After movie? Yes. That was the first thing my sister mentioned after we saw it. She's like, it was so, like, do they not know how to edit? Like, cut out your pauses. Like, we know how to do that in YouTube videos. Why can't you do that in a movie?
There was so much, like, looks. Yeah, literally.
I kind of want to watch it. I might watch it tonight. I'm gonna make Hayden watch it.
He hasn't seen it?
He's missing out.
I feel like it's just like crucial for any guy ever that's watching with like their significant other that's a girl to just talk shit about the romance movie the entire time. It's
Right. He has really fucking funny commentary. I mean, if you've watched the Dumb Bitch Book Club, like you probably know he's pretty funny. And he's always very woke too. Which
he's
like
always very woke. He's always king.
Romance stuff, I'm like, oh, who cares? But he's always like It's not acceptable. So I'd love to have him watch After. Okay, that's what we're doing tonight. Definitely.
He's very woke.
He is. Like, we're reading Twilight, and he's like, Bella should not have put up with this shit. Like, I don't know.
You're like, listen, it was in the name of love.
Yes, exactly. Oh, okay. Me and Tatiana, we got the same opinions because I also really don't like Serenade very much.
Simone has a smutty historical series. Can somebody recommend me some good beginner for historical romance that's like smutty?
I got you.
Hit me with it.
Okay, most historical romance is pretty smutty, at least from what I've read. Tessa Dare is like the go-to start with because her stuff is like pretty feminist, they're sexy times, and the stories are fun. So like the Duchess deal is really good. Also, the first, I think that's the one that has like the scarred hero, which like if you're into that sort of thing, you know, like if you like Zayden.
I mean, I'm not into it.
You know, I always like the damaged bad boy, and he's that. So Tessa Dare for sure. I've also really liked. Who do I have? Let me. I also like Eloisa James.
Okay.
This is like the 4th or 5th book in a series, but I read it first, and now I want to go back and read all of the other books. This is set in a different era than most historical. This is in the Georgian era. I really like this. This one is more. Have you read Pride and Prejudice? Okay, I haven't either. That's fair.
Okay.
This reads a little bit more like I would imagine Pride and Prejudice to read like. It's a little bit more like witty and flowery with the language.
Okay.
I liked it. I thought it was good. But I would say Tessa Dare to start for sure. Also,
Okay.
Highwaymen by Kerrigan Burns, pretty good. That one is I'm going to put it in here.
Okay, cool.
Because it's kind of like dark a little bit. It's like dark historical romance, which I liked.
Oh, okay. I saw your blog for this.
I don't know why that.
Queer historical romance. Okay.
Yeah, I feel like I tried to read Cass Passion. I could be wrong though. I think there's 2 authors that sound really similar that write queer historical that I just like. I don't know. I need to give those a try though. Oh yeah, because okay. I read a female historical romance by an author who also does male historical, KJ Charles. That's who it is. KJ Charles and Cat Sebastian, I get confused. So maybe I need to try Cat Sebastian because I didn't love KJ Charles. But yeah. You need to get on the historical romance game because I feel like it changed me.
Dude, yeah. I need to refine my tastes.
Chelsea, I also got approved for that Cat Sebastian novella, and I was sort of hesitant to read it for 2 reasons because one, novella are iffy for me when it comes to romance, and then B, I want a really good female romance, but I just don't think I've read one that I like 100% connect with yet. And the one historical female I read, I wasn't like head over heels for. That's actually untrue. I read one that I really did like, but most of them I just haven't been great, like haven't loved. Which is weird because I feel like a lot of the male ones are written so well. I don't know. Maybe that's just my own bias. I don't know. I feel like I'm an equal opportunist. Like I feel like I want to like male as much as I like female. I just haven't read a ton that I'm like in love with. The Lady's Guide to Celestial Mechanics is probably the best one that I've read. So also please, yeah, I want more female romances. They're definitely out there. Chelsea M. Cameron writes some. That the first one I read by her wasn't bad, but I don't know. I haven't been blown away by any of them. I think the things that I like in male romance are that like everything's very equal playing field, if that makes sense.
For sure.
And that's why I read them because I'm like, there's not this like alpha male hero and then this like weak ass heroine. They're very like level. And I think I don't like female because most of the ones I've read have been like historical or both of the main characters are very soft. And there's nothing wrong with that if you like that, but I don't really like soft characters regardless of gender, so I think I would like to see more female-female romances with less soft main characters.
I think, what was that one that was like the book of the month? Hold on. One sec.
Is that the one with like lips on the cover?
Yes, I DNF'd it, but I DNF'd it purely because they had a fade to black. But those characters weren't super soft. Like, they both had like pretty strong personalities, and one of them was kind of like androgynous and just did whatever the fuck they wanted to do. And I thought that was really cool. And I really liked the characters, but then fade to black and I was out. So
I will say, God, okay, let me find the one female-female that I thought was like pretty fucking steamy. Because there was one that I really liked. Out on Good Behavior by Dahlia Adler. It's a new adult. And they're both in college. I really liked it. I thought it was pretty sexy. I want more like female new adult. Like female-female.
When Katie Met Cassidy is literally awful, dude. It was. I was pissed. Chan, please link us to that book you're saying was smutty.
Yeah. And I feel like the characters both had, what's the word I'm looking for? Personalities, and one of them was a little more aggressive than the other. I don't know. But they were both like very into each other. No, they were both aggressive. I loved it. I just fucking loved it. I thought it was good. I know that Madeline really likes that one, Chelsea.
Out on Good Behavior. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, by Dahlia Adler. She sent me 2 ARCs. So
Queen. We love.
I've been meaning to, and they were like about people of color. So I've been meaning to pick something up by her anyway.
Her books are hella diverse, and the only complaint I had about Out on Good Behavior is that since it's like the 3rd book in a series, I think, it is definitely a standalone, but you get a lot of other characters in the book as well. And like, oh, like I'm friends with this person. And I'm like, who the fuck are these people? I don't know. But I don't know.
I guess I would technically say that Black Iris has some female that was pretty good.
That's what I heard.
I mean, unhealthy relationship because they're all fucked up, but
maybe I'll read it.
Dude, you gotta read it. I will send you a paperback, literally. It's that serious.
The Gravity Between Us. I think I DNF'd that. Ooh. I'm gonna look it up. No, I don't think I picked that up. I take it back. There's a couple of like well-known in the lesbian community romances that I haven't picked up. Like, oh God, I can't remember the name of it, but I need to pick some of those ones up that are supposed to be like acclaimed, you know?
Yes.
So maybe I'm just missing out on the really good ones. I know I'm gonna love Black Iris. I loved Unteachable, so I know I'm gonna love it.
For sure.
Maybe I'll read that this week when I'm avoiding this shit. Yeah. Okay,
and there's even an audiobook for it.
That might be good because I have to read these this week, which are all like kind of, they're just not stuff that I would normally pick up, and I'm like looking forward to reading them, but I'm gonna need some romance to break that shit up for sure. I don't read like adult literary fiction.
I feel like the whole chat is gonna vote for Black Iris that's read it.
Yes, I want to read the Lesbian Devil Wears Prada fanfic. They got published into a book. That sounds so good.
And thank you. This is very cozy. It is. It's got like these little things I keep playing with. If you have a Francesca's near you, go pick one up. Sponsor me.
Yeah. Okay, so this time next week, you shall be getting my opinions on this book. So, yes, I am doing a taste test for Gabby. That's what these books are for.
Oh, I should have known by the We Are the Ants.
Yeah.
What were the other two? I could only see what was the white and the red one?
The Humans by Matt Haig.
Oh, yep.
And then All the Ugly and Wonderful Things, We Are the Ants, and The Silent Patient. I'm most excited
Yes.
for The Silent Patient.
The Silent Patient. I really like that. That's more psychology. You're going to be an expert by the end of this week.
Not for me. I know Kayla didn't like it that much, but she said the writing was good, so I don't know. Interested about that. Bye, Chelsea.
Writing, really good. And then you can diagnose the characters in Black Iris after this week and reading all that psych bullshit.
Yeah. It comes full circle.
Yeah, exactly. I thought that the ending was good for Silent Patient, but it's a thriller, so
Okay.
it's hit or miss.
I'm going to ask you guys if you've read this book. It's sort of like a long shot because I don't think I've heard many people talk about it. I have so much shit on my desk. Have any of you guys read Ship It by Britta London? Before I leave.
Hasn't? Wait.
It's a cool cover.
I have not. Didn't Chelsea? Or were you maybe going to?
I literally don't know a single person that's read this. I had to read it for a video.
Before I go.
I hated it, so.
I've heard really bad things about Ship It.
Like,
there it is.
I mean, okay. It's hard. It's really hard because there's things that I really fucking loved about this, especially the ending. Like, the ending was so good.
Oh, you read it?
Oh, I read it. Yeah, no, I read it.
Oh.
And I want to know how other people felt about it. I loved the ending, but I really hated some of the things that were done. There was a public outing in this.
Ooh.
Which was gross. But I don't know. It's conflicting. I listened to it on audio, so like I couldn't really DNF it. You know what I mean? Like I was just passively listening, even though I was getting angrier and angrier. But interesting.
But you really liked the ending. You felt like it made it worth it?
No. Yeah. Ship It is the supernatural fanfic book. Yes. I read it for my reading the lowest rated books on my TBR video. That's coming out in like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, I don't know. After the Gabby Reads one. I think if you like supernatural, you might enjoy it. Maybe. Maybe. The author. Okay, that makes so much sense. The author is a writer for Riverdale.
Oh.
You know what? I liked
Riverdale,
and then shit just went. Yeah, no, I think if you like Supernatural, the ending of the book you're going to fucking love. But a lot of the stuff that happens in the middle of the book, you're going to think is fucked up. So, I don't know. You know what, Jasmine? Thank you. I'm excited about this video too because when I did my taste test video for Kayla, a lot of you guys commented, read Gabby stuff. Like, read Gabby's favorites. And I literally didn't know who Gabby was, which, like, how? And now I have a new person to watch, so thank you guys. I don't watch Supernatural, but I do know, like, the characters and the controversy. That's how I am with most TV shows. Like, even if I don't watch something, I know what the fuck's up.
Oh, welcome.
Hi, Gabby. I'm honestly very stoked for The Silent Patient.
That book was also super smart. I feel like all psych books at this point, like, super well researched.
Yeah, I feel like if we're gonna try to attempt that, you have to do a good job.
Yeah, probably also because like so many psych majors, myself excluded, are so pretentious that they'd be like, "That's fake." Yeah.
Yeah, I would love to see like a psychologist or psychiatrist read Born Darkly.
They'd be like,
maybe they'd like it. Maybe this is like everything they ever wanted.
they're like, "Ooh, unethical." Yes. But that's another factor with The Silent Patient, which you probably saw in Kayla's vlog, that they like address that, and he like knows that he's being fucked up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because otherwise it just goes from like decent to messy like so fast, I feel like, if they don't address that.
I like this question. What are the dumbest main character names you've read in romance? I don't know. I think most like new adult has really, really fucking stupid main character names. Like, oh god, I'm trying to think. Like Axel and shit like that.
Oh, just like outlandish. Yeah.
Yes. Also, all of Colleen Hoover's character names. Cat hair. I can't. Where is it coming from?
Just Colleen Hoover in general. Goodness gracious. Wait, did you read Verity?
No.
Oh, okay.
Should I? Okay. Say no more.
Say less.
I think the last one I read of hers was It Ends With Us. I liked that one.
I liked that one too a lot. I gave it 5 stars, but also I literally had to like shake my head because Verity is like well loved. Like I couldn't even like say it. Don't attack me. Like so many people love it. As somebody that's also in a relationship, like I feel like you will not appreciate like the cheating. Like that's like what the whole plot is on, basically.
That is not something that bothers me, actually.
Oh really?
Mm-mm.
I hate it. Maybe I'm a sensitive ass bitch.
I mean, I think people are fucking stupid, for sure. But I don't, and like I wouldn't cheat on a partner because communication is key. But it's not something that really bothers me in books, usually. I know that's like one of the tenets of romance. You don't have cheaters and you don't have like non-happy endings, but it's what it is. You know, because sometimes like I'm trying to think. Like technically in Birthday Girl, what's her name cheats on her boyfriend.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's really
Fuck her boyfriend.
yeah, exactly. It's all very situational. So I can't.
Yeah.
I never like that's. I could never. A lot
Right.
of times in Goodreads reviews, like I'll see stuff like it's a trigger warning for cheating, and then I read the book and I'm like that's not cheating, or like he was a piece of shit. He deserved to be cheated on. Kind of. I don't know.
Yeah. I have not read Ugly Love.
I haven't read that one.
But I think that Verity was your first and only Colleen Hoover. Maybe keep it that way, except for It Ends With Us was really good.
I liked It Ends With Us. I read Slammed, which I liked okay because of the age gap and like the teacher, a student teacher. I like that trope. I also read Hopeless, which I liked when I read it, but I, looking back, fucking hate it. I don't know. I might give Verity a try at some point because I've heard mixed things about it, but I don't know. I was actually, I don't know. I watched Jessica from Peace Love Books. She did a recommendation video today. I just saw it. And I was like, maybe I'll do a video reading 5 Colleen Hoover books, but also do I want to put myself through it?
I remember seeing like Gabby your video about loving Verity. I think my problem was that I was team Verity and you're not supposed to be.
Is that someone's fucking name?
I don't know, it just might be. You'll have to read it and find now you gotta read it.
God damn it. Sign me up.
Watch, you're gonna love it. You'll be like, Haley, you're nuts.
I need to watch a lot of people's videos on Colleen Hoover books before I decide to do that video, but I think I will probably.
Yeah, take one for the team. Chan is right.
Yeah.
Oh, you were? Okay, so that makes more sense why you liked it then. If you were also team Verity. Wait, Call Me By Your Name. Have you read that, Chan?
I own it. I have not read it yet. I was supposed to read it for Pride Month, but I just wasn't really in like a peach fucking mood, so.
Oh, I have not. I had to go look for like for the cover.
I don't think it would bother. I don't think the book or movie would bother me for the reasons that it bothers other people. I just don't know that I like pretentious shit like that, so who knows. Oh my god. I just made eye contact with Nugget from across the room. It was really special. You know what? I'm gonna let him say hi to you guys. You gonna say hi? Okay.
In a basket. Dude, I need to go wake up Kane and put his ass in a basket and show you guys.
Please. Human babies are better.
Gosh. Oh. An angel.
He is a king. He's the best. He's so unproblematic. Unlike some people.
I feel you. I feel like I got whiplash with Verity, and that's why I just chose to believe like the absolute worst of them. That's why I'm so salty still. I'm like, I literally have PTSD from that book, okay? I'm so triggered talking about it.
All right, well, shit. You're really making me make this fucking video. I like how I literally said today. I guess I could maybe do that. I have like a 50 video running list of things that I may or may not do.
Dude, you have to do it. And read Ugly Love so I can like, because I own that and like All Your Perfects, and I haven't read that one.
Number 9, I heard that one's bad.
Ooh. There's been like videos dedicated to that have blown up.
Perhaps she'll do the clickbait. Perhaps.
Will she or will she not?
I don't know. I don't have anything planned for the new year except for that video with like 27 books. So
you got to do a whole reading vlog on Sarah J. Maas's adult book and see if that's one right there.
I do have plans. Okay, I do have plans for January. I don't know if we have any listeners in here. If you do, you know what? You're amazing. So obviously, me and Hayden took a break from our podcast, trying to get that finished up for the rest of the year. Like, I want to finish New Moon, Eclipse, and Breaking Dawn all before the end of the year. That way, in January, I can make him read A Court of Thorns and Roses with me, because I would love to fucking see Hayden read some SJM. Like, I think that would be hilarious. It's smut. It's everything.
It's everything.
I think that would be really entertaining. Full face.
Yeah, All Your Perfect sounds dark. Like, you really got to be in the mood for that.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I did a Colleen Hoover video, if I would do that one. I'd probably just read her more stupid shit.
Yeah, because you don't want to, like, actually dissect, like, infertility. That's sad. You're like, no. No.
Dude, this Court of Thorns and Roses hot takes are going to be so good. I'm ready.
Dude, my only hot take is that it was steamy.
The only other smutty thing that he's read is Back River Quiver by Alexa Riley. So,
oh my god.
I say him. I read it to him.
There's infertility in After? Darkness.
What?
Like in the series?
I do think at one point she does try to get pregnant, like in the last book. I bet she's like 19 too. I just feel it.
She's like, I'm ready.
Okay.
She has a miscarriage. This is literally going from bad to worse.
All right, this basket hurts. Do you want to bother him? Do you want to come here? Oh, okay. Wow. I went to pick Pepe up and he ran away, so. All right, guys, final comments. You have 1 minute. Hope that's not stressful.
We're going to end it on 2 hours exactly.
Yep.
I can't believe everybody came to hang out for 2 entire hours. I love that.
Thank you. On this fun Lord's Day.
The Lord's Day.
Lord's Day. We could be in a Kanye West song.
Honestly. And I can't believe we're in the same time zone and you're all the way in Texas and I'm all the way in Wisconsin. There it is, ladies.
Where the fuck is Wisconsin? Is it really centrally located? Because I don't believe it. I'm looking up a map right now. You know?
Yeah.
Hey, I live in a flyover state, so I don't want to hear it. Oh, it's by Michigan. Okay.
Well, it's, yeah, I guess.
Yeah, that makes sense, because Alabama is in my time zone, which is so far east.
Yeah.
Wow. I cannot wait to read the second book in the After series.
Oh God. Dude, speaking of After, I remember your video reading that book that I really liked at the time. Fuck, what was it called?
I'm doing a review on those.
Are you?
Mm-hmm.
Oh no.
At least I think we're talking about the same thing.
Wait, what is it called?
Voice of Brayshaw? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you read the second one?
I was waiting for the third book to come out before I made a video on them, but I'm going to read
all three of them.
Mm-hmm. That's going to be entertaining.
Don't drag me through the mud. I literally recommended them so bad too. I was like, dude, you gotta do it. It was nuts. And you were like,
it is. And you know what? It was entertaining, but the sex was not that great. And
it wasn't. It was trash.
But maybe in the second and third books we'll get like real fucking shicey, zesty shit. I don't know.
Well, the foursome was good, but everything else was trash. You're not convinced? I like
It wasn't a foursome. She was just chilling on a couch scared. I don't know.
scared? Oh, well, yeah. But I guess she, I mean, listen.
You know what? I'm glad that you came because once you said you liked Captive Prince, I was like, all right, this is going to be good. This is gonna be
good. And then I said I liked Boys of Rayshaw High, and you were like, I take it back. Well, after that, I thought about it. I was like, okay, yeah, that was pretty. I tried to read the second book, couldn't do it, so.
Why am I doing it? I don't know. It'll happen. I was going to try to do it by the end of the year. I don't know if it'll happen. If I can squeeze it in, because I want to do it just in like one weekend.
Yeah.
But I don't have any like. Okay,
so
yeah. Brayshaw is like Paper Princess.
Wait, okay. Wait, are we about to drag Paper Princess? Because I enjoyed that too.
No, I liked it, but I think I'm saying it's worse than that, I think.
It's worse than that?
Brayshaw is worse than Paper Princess, yes.
Oh, okay. That's why I was asking if you said I don't, you know.
Fuck. Okay. We have to go. I don't really know what books I'm going to offer as selections for November, but it's going to be another one where you vote on things. Let me know before I go, actually, if you guys would be interested in reading books that have already been out a while that are my favorites, because I think I was going to put like Birthday Girl as an option, maybe some other like books that I have read before and enjoyed, like smutty books for November. And you guys let me know if you want to do that. Or we could, like, I could find new releases that we could read, but I feel like that would be more fun since it's my birthday month, like reading stuff that I already like. Yeah.
Our birthday month, I'll finally read Foxhole Court.
Do it. Yeah. I'm thinking maybe like Vicious, Birthday Girl, and Punk 57 as the options. Like maybe those three.
Oh, yeah. To Penelope Douglas.
I mean, yeah. I'm trying to think. Let me 1 second. Yeah, I think that's it. I think those are the ones I would do. Okay. Yeah, let's do that. I'm going to put those up on the poll. Like, I'm going to do it right after we get off this live. I'm going to put those options. You guys vote and let me know which one you want to read. I'll be reading all three because I'm already reading it for my birthday week. So, yeah. All right, guys, that was it. Thank you, Haley, for joining me. And thanks, guys, for coming and hanging out with us.
Thank you for having me. Thanks for hanging out for so long. This is a good time.
Bye, guys.
Bye.